Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Thursday morning. It's now the 17th day of April 2025, and this is the morning briefing coming at you from the home weather office. And as I look out the window, it's cloudy. It's kind of cool. It's not as breezy as it was yesterday, but we still have that onshore component. And it is one of those mornings where we have the low overcast. It's like marine layer getting pushed well inland. And this will burn off, and it is going to be a nice day, but still a little on the cool side, if you will, with temperatures reaching the low 70s, similar to what we saw yesterday. It'd be a good looking day, just not all that warm. But today is likely going to be the coolest day out of the next 4 or 5 that we'll see. So here's how it looks this morning. Beautiful satellite. You can see the northern part of the state is nice and clear. But then look at this area on the west slope, and then certainly through the Bay Area, we have a lot of low overcast. Same thing in the southern part of the valley, and then into Southern California, we also have a deep marine layer. There are some areas that are breaking out. Now, above that, there is cloud cover dropping down from the north, very thin cloud cover. And it looks as though today the chance of thunderstorms is going to be much less than yesterday. And actually, yesterday was a little disappointing on the west slope, certainly. There was activity on the crest of the Sierra, but yesterday kind of underperformed. There is this nice feature up here. Look at that. Nice low here. There's some cold air. We're feeling some of that cooler air. And lots of moisture here. I'll talk more about the impact of this system in just a minute. But for us, what will happen is this low overcast from this morning will, burn off, and we will see a nice looking day as we head through the afternoon. But again, just temperatures pretty close to average or maybe slightly below average for this time of year, but the rest of the week will bring in some warming. All right, so the last couple of days have been focused on thunderstorms. Doesn't look like we're going to see that today. Here's how the HRRR shows today, and as you can see, well, there's some activity perhaps down south. Here's that activity to the east. But through the afternoon, yeah, there's really not much happening for northern or central California. So we will stay dry. There may be some of those buildups in the Sierra. And I think certainly those of you in, let's say, in Mammoth or toward Bishop along 395, you could see some buildups this afternoon on the east side of the Sierra. And there could be even a couple of showers down toward Mount Whitney, but I think that would be about it. But around Tahoe and Plumas County's seen some good activity the last couple of days. I think today will end up being a dry day. Let's take a look at the big picture here with the GFS at 500 millibars, which is roughly 18,000 feet. Here is that low that I showed you on the satellite, and then here is the cold flow behind it. As that low drops into Utah and into Colorado, this is going to set up a pretty good snowstorm. And for us on the back side of it, with mainly clear skies tonight, it is going to be another cool night with overnight lows dropping down into the upper 40s and low 50s. But after that, we get into some ridging, which will bring in some warming as we head into Friday and the weekend. Warming, meaning daytime highs for the valley in the upper 70s and low 80s, and for the foothills, low to mid 70s. These little passing waves, as we go through the end of the weekend and into next week, will keep us dry, but we will also keep temperatures from getting too warm. We are in the time of year when temperatures can easily be topping 90 degrees, but instead we're going to see temperatures stay in a pretty nice range, upper 70s to low 80s. And then in just a minute, we'll look down the road to see if we're going to see any chances of rain later on this month. This is up to the 25th. Another cool trough will keep temperatures cooler than average. All right, I want to talk a little bit about where we are going to see some of that activity during the day today. And for that, I'm going to show the NAM. And so I'm looking a little bit farther to the east for that weather system. And this is Colorado, this is Wyoming, and of course over here is Utah. And if you look at this is what's going to make national headlines today and tomorrow. This is through tomorrow, and then during the day tomorrow, snow throughout Colorado. We'll actually see snow from the Uinta and the Wasatch, as well as into Wyoming, and then throughout the Rockies in Colorado. We will be seeing some really good snow, and then we'll have to see what this system on the east side of it does this was probably going to be a severe weather maker perhaps on Sunday. But in terms of snow, as you can see, let me scroll over this. Yeah, a foot of snow or more. Maybe not so much down in Denver, although Denver is likely going to see some snow. And then into Wyoming, they'll also see a good amount of snow, and then also that snow in the Uinta and the Wasatch. So some pretty good activity there. So that's what's going to be happening as we go through the next couple of days. Pretty quiet through Northern California, but warming, with temperatures for the weekend in the low 80s. And if you have any outdoor plans for this weekend, it's going to be just fine. Should be great for Easter Sunday and sunrise services. For those of you that do that, it should be nice. It'll be a little chilly in the morning, but you might expect that. But by the afternoon, we'll see temperatures in the 80s. So if you have brunch outdoors or something like that, it sure turned out to be a really nice day. I did want to take a second just to remind you one more time about an event I have coming up, not this weekend, but next Saturday. For an action camera. I'll be doing a discussion, a class, if you will, on landscape photography, Saturday from 4 to 5:30. And this is an action camera in Rockland. And I was out there with Chris and Ellie the other day, and they said this class is almost full. So if you want to come join me and talk a little bit about weather, but mostly about photography, I'll put a link into the description about how you can sign up for this. And again, this is an action camera in Rockland coming up next Saturday, the 26th, from 4 to 5:30. And yeah, you can see me in my camera gear. I'll talk about all things photography and a little bit of weather too. That's everything I've got for you this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.